These days, it's best to be alone. Most people are toxic and unhappy. Even if you don't believe in that, you should still consider being alone for a while, because most people nowadays just want something from you. When you walk down the street, you see a beggar holding up a cardboard sign asking for money. If you give them money, they will use it to buy drugs or alcohol. You will start to realize that the majority of people are toxic, and you will find yourself wanting to stay at home more often than going out. But Abraham, what if someone asks me for $50 and I lend them my $50? Many people never take time for introspection. You can surround yourself with books, videos, and podcasts that will make you a better version of yourself. But you have to understand that you will age and your energy will fade away one day. So use your youth to your advantage. Do not waste it on things that will not matter in the future. Even if you don't believe in that, you should still consider being alone for a while, because most people nowadays just want something from you. You might be saying, Abraham, what if I am older? Does that mean I should be alone forever? No, it doesn't. Older people can find companionship. There are many old couples who are happy and in love. It is possible if you know how to treat women. In fact, women tend to prefer older men because they are more mature and know how to handle a woman. Books are a great source of knowledge, and they can teach you skills that will benefit you in the future. For example, I learned a lot of valuable skills from books such as body language and communication skills. There are so many useful skills you can learn that will make you more attractive to women. But the problem today is that people prefer to watch TV shows which are designed to waste your time. There are many ways to sharpen your mind. You can improve your memory by memorizing poetry. You can improve your attention span by meditating, and you can improve your willpower by fasting. There are so many ways to sharpen your mind, but you have to make sure you are intentional about it. Most people don't put any thought into it, and they end up wasting their lives away. They go to sleep without thinking about their day and wake up and repeat the cycle. They are like zombies. As you get older, you will find yourself becoming more and more introverted. People who watch things happen, and people who wonder what happened. Don't be like the last two. Use this time to improve yourself. Start a business, read books, go to the gym, and lift weights. Take care of your health. You will find that your mind will automatically start to fix itself. As you get older, you will see your peers making mistakes over and over and over again. The reason why they keep repeating the same mistakes is because they don't have anyone to answer to. Since they are alone, no one will stop them from continuing to smoke drugs or going to parties every single night. At the same time, no one will motivate them to get better either. So you have to be very careful. It is very easy to get lost in the sauce. Everyone is trying to distract you from your purpose. They will encourage you to do harmful things such as smoking weed or drinking alcohol. There are so many people who regret their decisions later in life. Alcoholism is a big problem in America, and most alcoholics regret their decision later in life, but it is already too late at that point. Some people will tell you to go out and socialize, but you don't really feel like it. Being alone gives you the ability to think and analyze your problems. When you are around people, you are distracted by external things and cannot focus on your inner thoughts. Sometimes when you are alone, you will hear weird noises and your imagination will run wild. But this is good because you can face your fears head-on instead of running away from them. What most people don't realize is that they are facing their demons in disguise. Every single night when you are alone in your bed, you will hear your inner voice telling you all the bad things you have done in your life. It will remind you of your failures and mistakes. This is the true test of a man. Some men will cower in fear and run away from their problems, but the strong men will accept the reality and fix their mistakes. Your dark emotions are trying to tell you something, so do not ignore them. Introspection is the key to unlocking your potential. You have to understand yourself fully to become a great leader. You need to understand your weaknesses and use them to your advantage. One way to do this is by keeping a journal to write down your thoughts and emotions. I used to write down all my thoughts and feelings in a journal, and every single day I was able to get more clarity and understanding. This is a very powerful tool. Then there is a chance they won't give you back. So you have to keep in mind whether the person is worth lending money to or not. You will only know if you have lent money to a lot of people in the past and they have taken you for granted. Like I said before, most people are toxic and selfish, but that doesn't mean there aren't any good people out there. You have to make sure you don't trust anyone too easily. We have seen cases of even families betraying each other for money. There are so many stories of sons and daughters killing their parents just for money, or selling their own family members into slavery. We have to be very careful with who you trust. Do not let people in until you know them well enough and make sure they are trustworthy. The main reason why people lie is to protect themselves. A lie only works if the other person believes it. So if you want to be protected, you have to learn how to lie well. However, lying is not an honest way to live life. That is why you should aim to be a person who is so powerful that no one would ever dare to lie to you. It is better to be alone. You can only control yourself, not other people. So when you are alone, you have no one to answer to but yourself. This is what you call freedom. At the same time, when you are around other people, you have to look at their needs, wants, and desires. It is hard to do things that you want to do because you have to consider other people. Also, other people may hold you back because they might not be as driven or motivated as you are. When you are working hard, you don't want to be surrounded by people who are just sitting around doing nothing. That energy is contagious. When you are around people who are hardworking and go-getters, you will find yourself working harder and vice versa. If you are around lazy people who sit around all day doing nothing, you will also find yourself being lazy. And if you don't, they will curse you out and call you names. So you really can't win with these types of people. There are so many people who are selfish and only care about themselves. They have no empathy towards others at all. That's why I always tell you guys to save your empathy for yourself, because there is not much left in this world. As you get older, most relationships are transactional. People only help each other out if it benefits them in some way. They will never do anything out of the kindness of their heart. Let's say you have $100 and you lend $50 to a friend. Well, you expect your friend to pay you back $50, right? But sometimes when you lend money to a friend, they will try to pay you back with $40. They will try to lowball you and say, "Hey bro, I don't have $50. Here's $40. You can just take it." In this situation, you have to fight for your $10, because if you let this slide, it will happen again in the future. People have been conditioned to think this way due to the socialist ideas that everyone should get along and work together. But this type of thinking will destroy everything in its path. And we are seeing this happen in countries like Venezuela, where the currency is completely worthless. Imagine if your $100 became 10 cents. This is why most people are afraid to lend money to friends, because they know their money is not going back. So keep in mind, lending money is a very serious thing, and it should not be taken lightly. You could lose your friend and lose the money. So be very careful. You might be saying, one reason why it's good to be alone is because it will give you time to self-reflect and think about your problems. Another reason why it's good to be alone is because you can build yourself a strong support system. If you are young, you might be thinking, this is not true. I have a lot of energy. I am invincible. There are 3 types of people in this world. People who make things happen. So remember, brothers, these days, it's best to be alone. Most people are toxic and unhappy.